All right, now can someone tell me? Look at the trends illustrated by the graphs and charts. All right, average house prices in London, and you can see it there. Now, someone tell me. Yeah, you can go first. All right, not so bad. Not so bad. You just need to check so you have an idea, right? You know what to describe here, and that's really good. Just check your grammar again, and also to check all of the sentences we learned before. So just make sure that we use the right words and structure for all of them. Remember, this is just the past, right? So we don't use the simple present tense. Yeah? We need to use something like the past tense. All right. Quỳnh Hương, go. All right. TOEIC. All right. Okay, now good. Let's move on to the next one. B. House price change in Dubai. Ngọc Anh. Not yet? Okay, then you can take your time, go on. So we have 3 charts, okay guys? So you have just discussed chart A, right? Now move on to chart B and C. And then next I need three people, right? Ngọc Anh, Thiên Nga, and Thư. You're going to talk about chart B, and the rest we'll talk about chart C, okay? Go, quickly. Yeah, minus. Just try to check all of the verbs, adjectives and adverbs, okay? Use them all. Just try to apply whatever we learned last time. Practice. All right. Now, let's listen to some of your friends, okay? And then we move on. Now, chart B. Ngọc Anh, câu.
The bar chart illustrate house price change in Dubai, and the vertical axis is about the percent of the house price change in Dubai. In the first year, 2008, it have maybe from 40% to 45%. The price have changed in Dubai, and in the next year it have fall down to minus 50, maybe around minus 50%, and in the next year 2010 and 2011 it have increased in 2010 and decreased slowly in the next year from maybe 7% to 5%. In 2012, it's maybe around 1% and minus 1%. In 2013 and 2014, it's maybe same in the 2010 and 2011. It's increased in 2013 and decrease gradually in 2014, and in the last year 2015 it has decreased. Steadily. Maybe it's 5%. Minus 5%.
Okay. Thì Nga câu.
The archer shows the house price change in July from 2008 to 2015. According to the chart, in 2008 the data stand at around 40%. However, it fallen down to around minus 43% in 2009. In the next two following years, it continued to grow steadily and stand at around 2% in 2011. However, the percentage decreased slightly to 0% in 2012, and in the next two following years, it grows slightly and stand at around 5% in 2014. Finally, it again fall down to around minus 2% in 2015.
Okay. Thư.
The fourth chart describes the house price change in July in 2008 to 2015. In 2008, it went up to 40% and significantly decreased in 2009 from 40% to minus 40%. And it rocketed in 2010 about 5% and is slowly reduced in the next 2 years. In 2013, it slightly increased about 10% and maintained in 2014. In 2015, it fell to minus 3%.
All right, thank you. Now let's move on to chart C. Hương, you can go first.
The bar chart shows the house price change in Hong Kong from 2008 to 2015. In 2008, the house price started in around over 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2015, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2015, the house price started in around over 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2016, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2017, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2018, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2019, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2020, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2021, the house price started in around 10%, and in the next year, it decreased slightly to 5%. In 2022, the house price started in around 10%,
Ok, Huy.
The bar chart provide information about house price change in Hong Kong. The highest percent in the bar chart in this is about 11% in 2008, and the lowest percent in the bar chart in this is minus 1% in 2014. From 2008 to 2009, the percentage of house price has decreased dramatically, and in 2009 to 2010 decreased significantly again, about 6%. From 2011 to 2012, has decreased slowly. About from 8% to 1%. In 2012 to 2013 has gone up with around 1% to 5%, and in 2013 to 2014 has declined considerably, from 5% to minus 1%. Finally, in 2014 to 2015, has increased from minus 1% to 5%.
All right, thank you. Tử.
The bar charts illustrate how the house price fluctuate in Hong Kong from 2008 to 2015. In 2008, the house price in Hong Kong was at the peak of the whole span of time, and then it declined significantly in 2009, over 10% for the former and approximately 0% for the latter. In the following 5 years, it fluctuated gradually by 5%, and subsequently the figure for 2014 decreased to around minus 1% before rocketing to around 5% in the year 2015.
Okay, thank you. Guys, remember when you describe a chart, what are the key things you have to describe? All of you, tell me.
Date.
The date? Of course. What else? The most important thing in a chart. At what point? Yes, the highest and the lowest, right? The highest and the lowest point, and then it change, and you have to make the comparison as well. Okay, so when you what you are doing, you just list all of the points there, right? You forgot to recognize the kind of the similarity between some points, so that's why you have to mention each and every one of them, and that is unnecessary. Do you know that? Remember, when you describe a chart, you just need to mention like the lowest point and then the highest point, the peak and the bottom line or something, and then you have to stress somewhere like there's a fluctuation or something where it goes up and go down. But if it keeps going down, then you don't have to describe all of the years. You just say that from this year to that year, and then what happens. That's all. You understand? And you have to make some comparison. Alright? So basically you understand what you need to do, but you still miss something there. And also, of course, you have to improve your grammar a lot. And for that, you need to read all the sentences before and learn the way to describe all of them. So for that you need time, okay? You cannot just improve everything in one day. So, but that I think that's good enough, okay? At this point, so it's good enough. Now let's move on to exercise 14. So at least each one of you already described something there, so you get the idea. Now let's move on to exercise 14. Ngọc Anh, read this.
Match descriptions 1, 2, 3 with the graphs and charts A to Z. Then complete the first gap in each sentence with the correct country name.
Yes. Match descriptions 1 to 3 with the graphs and charts A to C. Okay, so like 1A to B, 1C or something. Just read that and then check. Then complete the first gap in each sentence with the correct country name. It's very easy. And then exercise 15, you can do that together as well. Thiên Nga, read that.
Complete the sentences in exercise 14 using the words and phrases in the box.
Yes, complete the sentences in exercise 14 using the words and phrases in the box. You say decrease substantially, increase steadily, remained, peak, rise, plummeted, dramatically, went up, fluctuated, and went up. Okay? Now do both of them at the same time, because this is just some small things to do, so finish fast. Alright, have you finished? Alright, let's fix this. Look at the first description. Number 1. Which one is it? Dubai, right? So you can look at chart B. And then just look at that and learn the way to describe that chart, okay? Look, they say since 2008, you see, since 2008, house prices in Dubai have fluctuated heavily. When we say have fluctuated heavily, what does that mean? So now, first of all, tell me the first sentence of this one is about what? What is the writer trying to do with this? And that's what you have to learn, and that's what you have to add into your writing part. Now tell me, what is the main purpose of the first sentence here? What? You have no idea? Yeah, someone else, please. What is the main purpose of the first sentence? You have no clue what it is, really? Thư, tell me.
I think this is heavily.
Come again?
I think the word heavily
Hương. So the first sentence here, it is about the trend, the general trend of the whole chart. Here you see, when you look at chart B, since 2008, house prices in Dubai have fluctuated heavily. When we say fluctuated heavily, what does that mean? Please jump in and answer that very quickly. This is very simple answer. There's no need to postpone or delay or whatever. Go.
It's go up and down, up and down.
Yes, when we say fluctuated heavily, that means it goes up and goes down a lot. If we have to explain it in a simple way, okay? I mean, it goes up a lot and goes down a lot. That means it's fluctuated heavily. Otherwise, if we just say fluctuated gradually, that means it can go up or down, but just a little bit and slowly. Not that much, not that high. Do you understand? And when you look at the chart, you see since 2008, house prices in Dubai have fluctuated heavily. Why is that? Because you see in 2008, the price increased by 40%, right? More than 40%. See that? Very high. And then just 1 year after that, in 2009, the price reduced or declined dramatically or quickly to under, okay? Less than 40%, minus 40%. See that? That is a big gap. There's a big gap there. And then after that decreased, and it just increased again, right? It increased again to maybe 2 or 3% in 2010. See that? So it kept increasing and decreasing, and we see a big gap there in the first 2 years. So that's why we say that in general, house prices in Dubai have fluctuated heavily. You understand? So the first sentence of this one is the general trend of the whole chart, and that's what you have to do in your writing part as well. Okay? So first of all, you need to write the introduction, and then you need to write the overview or the general trend of the whole chart, what it is about. And then you will describe everything in details, right? So what do we have here? The next one we have, so the answer is 1B, right? 1B, Dubai. So in 2008, prices, what is the answer?
Prices in Dubai fluctuated heavily.
No. Number one, in 2008, prices. What's the answer?
Went up
Mm-hmm.
to just over 40% and then plummeted dramatically.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's right. So when we look at they have given you all of the answers here, right? It's very easy for you to fill in, but in the exam, of course, you have to write all of them yourself, right? So here we are still learning. In 2008, prices, and you see went up, right? Went up by just over 40%. Now we look at the chart, we see in 2008, prices went up, okay? Went up by just over 40%. So after we use the word went up, look at the preposition. Which preposition is using it? No, what is the preposition here? By. You see that? Went up by just over 40%. You underline that so you can remember the way to use it. In 2008, prices went up by just over 40%. Okay, went up by what? In your book? Yeah, we have two ways. Don't worry. If you use two, then you have to go by later on. But we don't use the same words again. Okay? Yeah, you can write by. Yeah. went up by just over 40%, and then plummeted, that means reduced, right? A lot or just a little? A lot. So that's why after the verb we can add one adverb. And then plummeted dramatically to minus 40% or a little bit more than, okay? To more than minus 40%, something like that. Or to approximately minus 40%, to be precise, okay? So the thing I don't really like here is that they just write to minus 40%, but that is not correct, right? Because if we say minus 40%, it should be right on that line. But this one is lower than that, right? So if you want to make it a little bit more precise, then you can say like to approximately minus 40%. Okay, guys? Tức là để chính xác hơn thì bạn thêm một số cái thứ để miêu tả ha. Tại vì ở đây không phải là số minus 40%, minus 40% là không chính xác. You understand? Mình nói là khoảng thôi, approximately minus 40%. Okay, guys? Of course, this one doesn't describe the whole thing. It just describes the first 2 years and also the general trend of that one. Okay, the rest is up to you. You have to continue writing this. Okay, but we learned something here. Here you can learn like after we used, then plummeted dramatically, and then we need to add a number. You say to something, to that number. Okay. Of course, in the other version you have what? Give it to me. Up to just and to, but you too. That's kind of repeated. Okay. Yes, you can either use two here went up to just over 40% there, but if we use two and then two again, then a little bit repeated. Okay, so we can replace the first one with by, went up by just over 40%, and the other one is two minus 40%. Okay, so both are correct. Got it? But what you need to keep in mind is when you use the verb, and then you have to learn the preposition after that. Okay? Don't just add any number anywhere you like and just write anything you like. No, we have the right structure here. So you better spend, one night just to learn all of them, and then that's going to be all right. Now number 2, what is that? What is it about? Which country? Hong Kong, right? Number 2, the answer is C, Hong Kong. House price change in Hong Kong, right? So since 2008, house price increases in what? Hong Kong, yeah? Since 2008, house price increases in Hong Kong have what? Remained under 11% each year. Okay? So the answer here is Hong Kong and remained. And remained, we see it down there in the box. Yeah? Again, tell me, what is the first sentence about? Yes, that is the overview or the general trend of the whole chart. Just see. Okay? Got it, guys? And that's what you have to do as well. So the first sentence, they say since 2008. Again, since 2008 to 2015, right? So they say since 2008, house price increases. Tell me, increases here. What is that? Is that a verb or is that a noun? Guys, all of you, give me your answer. I really want to hear this. This is very interesting. Increases here. Is that a noun or a verb? And after giving me the answer, you must explain as well. You cannot just choose, yeah, because like 50%, right? Now or verb, easy. You must explain. Starting with Nhi, what do you think? And with your explanation as well. Go. You think that is a verb? You think increases here is the verb. Why? Okay, come again. Trả lời nước đôi luôn, câu trước kêu verb, câu sau kêu noun. Which one? Okay, Quỳnh Hương, your answer and your explanation as well. Go. Yes, increases here is a noun. It's not a verb. We don't say house price increases in Hong Kong. Yes, if you stop right there, then that is a verb. But when you look at that, we still have the rest, right? Have remained under 11% each year. So in this case, the whole subject is house price increases. Okay? And increases is a noun. And the verb here is have remained under 11% each year. Okay? The reason they use the present perfect tense here is, I think, because this book was published in 2015. Okay? So at that time, this sentence is correct. You understand? But not very correct for now. But we should learn that, okay? Since 2008, house price increases in Hong Kong have remained under 11% each year. When we say have remained, what does that mean? When we say have remained under 11% each year, what does that mean? Hình như lớp này có mỗi Quỳnh Hương đi học không? Right. Mấy đứa khác không đi học à? Tăng hình à? Ngọc Anh, Thiên Nga, do you understand anything? If you do, please answer that. I don't want to hear the answer from just one student. We have the whole class here. Thiên Nga, tell me. Yes, now we are talking about that period of time, right? From 2008 to 2015, right? And in that particular period of time, they say since 2008, that means that from that year until 2015 or 2015, what? House price increases in Hong Kong have remained under 11% each year. That means that all of the years, each year from 2008 to 2015, all of those years, every single year, the house price increases have remained under 11%, less than 11%. For example, when you look at 2008, the house price increases to just a little bit more than 10%, right? And it's not even 11% yet, right? Less than 11%, and that's the highest year already. And now, and next to that, we have 2009, yeah, only like 0.1% or something. Okay, and then the other one we have 6%, we have 8%. So all of those years, the house price increases were under 11%. Got it? And with this one, they already describes the general trend of the whole chart. So next we need to go into the detail, right? Ngọc Anh. The next sentence.
In 2008, prices reached with rise of just over 10%.
Yeah, in 2008, prices reached a peak with a rise of just over 10%. Okay, this is really good. Yeah, in 2008, you can look at that. Prices reach a peak, and that is the highest amount, right? A peak with a rise, because this is just still an increase, right? With a rise of just over 10%. So learn the way to describe this, okay? This is really good. In 2008, prices reached a peak with a rise of just over 10%. Please don't say that it's up 10%, okay? If you say that with a rise of 10%, that means it must be very precise. It must be on the line of 10%, right? But it's not, so we say it's just over 10%. Got it? All right, the last one, number 3. Hương, câu. Read the first one. Since 2010, house prices in London, right? This one is about London, right? Have what? Went up? You said went up? Went up, is that correct? If I don't, I can say that is wrong even without looking at the chart. Now someone please tell me why it's wrong. If I put went up here, why is it wrong? Ngọc Anh, tell me. So what should we use? No, I say that if we have to use that word, what should we use? Come again? Yes. Okay, makes sense, right? You see the word have right there, right? So that is the present perfect tense. And because that is the present perfect tense, so after have we need to use verb past participle, right? And went is not a verb past participle. So if you have to use that, then you have to use gone up, not went up. So even without looking at the chart, I know that is wrong because the grammar is wrong. So that means the description is wrong as well. Okay? So we don't put went up there, so we have to use increase steadily. Yeah? The meaning is kind of similar because you see went up and increase they are similar, right? Last time you learned it last time, right? But the grammar is wrong, so you cannot use it. Okay? Now, again, this is just a general trend. You know that already, right? So this is the general trend of the whole chart here. Hương, tell me why we just say this since 2010 or 2010 house prices in London have increased steadily. Why we say that? Why we say have increased steadily? Similar change. What? Yeah, what are you trying to say? So when we say that since 2010, you see 2010 there? Yeah? We don't count 2008 and 2009, right? We start from 2010. That is this sentence. It is about, okay? Since 2010, they don't say since 2008. Since 2010, house prices in London have increased steadily. So when you look at that, you see 2010 is right there at the bottom, okay? And then it kept increasing until 2015. And can you tell me, is that a fast growing or just growing slowly? Is that a fast growth or just a slow growth? Hương, tell me. Yeah, slowly. Okay. But what? Slowly but consistently, right? So that's what we learned last time. So that's why we use the word steadily there. Okay? Because you see from 2010 to 2011, it just increased a little bit, right? Or almost similar. And then it increased a little bit more in 2012 and 2013, see that? So that's why we can use the word increase steadily. Okay? Now, next one. Huy, read that.
In 2009, prices remain decrease substantially by almost 100,000 pounds, but went up again rapidly in 2010 to approximately 600 pounds.
Gì 600 pounds?
600,000 pounds.
Yes. Nhà giờ rẻ dữ. Okay, yes. In 2009, prices decreased substantially by almost 100,000 pounds. When we say decrease substantially, so what did we compare this year with what? The writer compared this year with what? Yeah, with 2008, right? In 2009, prices decreased substantially by almost 100,000 pounds because in 2008, you see the house price was 600,000 pounds, right? So that's why 1 year after that, it decreased dramatically by almost 100,000 pounds. So it reached like a little bit over 500,000 pounds, right? Okay? By almost, yeah, decreased substantially by almost 100,000 pounds, but went up again rapidly in 2010 to approximately 600,000 pounds. So again, went up approximately, okay, to approximately 600,000 pounds. Not exactly 600,000 pounds, yes. So that is the word you have to use, approximately, okay? Learn that. But went up again rapidly, yeah, went up again rapidly in 2010 to approximately 600,000 pounds. Again, we see the preposition to, just like the one above in number 1, right? Yeah, to, and then you add the number, but before that number, you can add an adverb that is approximately, to say it's not very precise. Okay? All right, that's good. So that's it for our lesson today.